Introduce on the other side of this break, we've got a lady coming up who is something of an anomaly in the world of gyms anyway. She started, well, she's not the first bit, but the second bit. She started training 2 years ago. She was morbidly obese, 115 kilos. She's dropped 50 kilos, so she's now in the 60s. She smoked, she drank, she couldn't run around the block. And in the next few weeks, she's going for a world record attempt in burpees. She's going to be trying to do 1,500 burpees in 1 hour. So
that's amazing.
60 minutes, 1,500 burpees. I did the maths. That's a burpee every 2.5 seconds. If you don't know what a burpee is, just think of something painful and multiply it by 1,500.
They used to make us do them at school all the time. Like it was part, of I guess, your PE classes.
Should we describe what a burpee is for people who don't know?
Well, I guess it's
painful.
It's a jump in the air, and then when you land, you go down to a push-up position, and you throw your legs out behind you, then bring them back in between your hands and jump up in the air again. That's about as well as I can describe it, I think.
Thanks for your contribution, Willow. I do realise that Goods isn't from West Coast. I wasn't suggesting that he was. I was just saying he's an older player in the competition who happens to be finding a new lease of life and performing very well. And thanks for your constructive input there.
Is there anything we don't have, like a world record, world championship on? Look, it's quite amazing what you can make the Australian teams for or become a world champion for. Like, I would never have known that there's, a world record for burpees.
Well, I think she's setting there's much weirder world records than... We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk with the woman who has gone from very fat to very fit and given up a whole bunch of vices along the way, and is going to see if she can have a crack at a world record very soon.
On 1116 SEN, Morning Glory with Tim Watson and Andrew Marr.
Another huge week on the Morning Glory. Started with the Australian captain, Michael Clark, joining us after being named the Allan Border medalist.
I feel like I'm trying to do things as well as I can. I'm not trying to beat Ricky Ponting or Stephen Moore or Mark Taylor. I'm trying to do things my way.
St Kilda coach Scott Watt has joined us in the studio.
What I want and what I believe is that defence is critical. You can't state that strongly enough.
And we finished again with the dusty old record. And you lot did yourself proud.
Here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Here I go again on my own.
We'll be back on Monday at 6. We'll see you then.
Morning Glory, weekdays 6 to 9 for Holden's Red Plate deals. If it's got a red plate, it's a great deal. Go better. On 1116 SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
Harvey Norman's Everything iPod Sale. 4 days only. If it works with iPod, it's on sale. iPod charges from just $10. 20% off our huge range of headphones and iPod docks. Up to 20% off microsystems and component systems with iPod docks. Discounts off normal selling prices excludes fees. Dress it up with some new bling with iPod cases from $16. Then load it up with 20% off iTunes cards. If it works with iPod, it's on sale now. Everything iPod Sale ends Monday at Harvey Norman.
Go, Harvey Norman, go!
Okay, team, eyes this way. Electricity prices have risen 60% since 2007. So now's the time to annihilate your power bill and show who's the boss. Talk to Eco Energy about installing a solar power system that could wipe out your bill. Then join the 250,000 other Australians who have gone solar in the last 12 months. Listen up, call Eco Energy today on 1300 35 63 63 or visit ekoenergy.com.au to get the better of your bill.
Australia has around 4.5 million children. India has 50 million child workers. Life in the poorest marginalised communities is a daily struggle for survival. But you can help the Lasallian Foundation, an initiative of the De La Salle brothers, in making a positive change for these children. To learn more, visit lasallianfoundation.org. That's lasallianfoundation.org, spelled LASALLIAN.
Lights, weapon, action!
Don't miss the excitement when the Cranbourne Turf Club lights up for the first time on Friday, March 9. There'll be great racing action under the lights and live entertainment including a DJ, the Jim B Party Crew plus superstars Cam Sinclair and Blake Williams from Nitro Circus. Cranbourne Night Racing, Friday, March 9. Book now on 5996 1300 or go to countryracing.com.au.
You've decided that she's the one, and you're going to ask her to marry you, so you need a ring.
You're a bloke who needs a ring, a big shiny diamond ring. So you go to the diamond guys, then you sit down, have a beer and talk with another bloke who knows diamonds. You'll chat, he'll ask questions about your missus, your budget, and you'll get a ring. Then you can pop the question with confidence. The Diamond Guys, for blokes who love women who love diamonds. Official jewellers of the AFL Players Association. thediamondguys.com.au.
Entry places are filling quickly for the 2XU Great Ocean and Otway Classic Ride, one of Australia's most spectacular and professionally organised rides. Staged in Torquay on March 24, it features a 145km ride with 90k's of road closures and a 60k support ride. All entries in the 145k ride go in the draw to win a giant Defy composite bike. But hurry, there are only 300 spots remaining. Entries close March 14 or earlier if sold out. For all the details, go to supersprint.com.au.
For Betstar, the SEN phone app is now available for iPhone and Android with great new features like breaking news, SEN TV, and audio highlights. You'll never miss a minute of your favourite show, so download it now. On 1116 SEN, The Science of Sport with Craig Harper, Jackie Lauder, and Stuart Cormack for discountsportsbuys.com.au.
Welcome back to Melbourne's home of sport every Sunday between 11 and 12. The Science of Sport. If you want to ask us a question or send a comment, 0433 98 11 16 or join in the conversation on 9429 11 16. After the next break, I'm going to tell you, I often get asked, Craig, if you could only do a few exercises in the gym, if you're a bit time poor, what would they be from a strength point of view? I'm going to tell you my top three. If I could only go to the gym and do 3 strength movements, what would those 3 be? I will tell you after the next break. And Stu Cormack, we have not consulted. He will tell you his top 3. He'll probably be wrong. Joining us, no, just kidding.
I'll be the referee.
Not at all. I'm going to ask you too, because you've got a fair idea. You've trained a fair bit. So your 3 exercises, if you could only do 3 strength ones, Jackie, what they might be. And there's no definitive right answer to this, so it'll be interesting to hear what we all come up with. The lady who has inspired me in the last week, I actually met her first time I've ever met someone via Facebook. I saw a little thing that she's doing, going for a world record. I thought, this must be a misprint. So I sent her a message and said, is this real? And are you really doing 1500? Is that really your goal? And if it is, send me a message and let's have a little bit of a chat on the wireless. Her name is Julie Hoffman. She joins us now. Hi, Julie.
Hi, how you going?
I'm going grouse. Say hello to Stuart.
Hi, Stuart.
Hey, how are you?
And Jackie.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Jackie. How you going?
Good.
Now, all right, let's start from the start, which is always a good point. 2 years ago, you're morbidly obese. You're a fatty Garatti. You told me on the phone you were 50 kilos overweight. There's been a bit of a transformation. Tell us about the story.
There has, yes. 2 years ago, I was sitting at 115 kilos. Pretty much didn't leave the couch. I had every excuse under the sun not to exercise. My diet consisted of a lot of alcohol amongst a lot of junk food. Packet of cigarettes a day, and yeah, pretty much didn't even walk to the letterbox. So couldn't do one burpee, which is, pretty amazing now, but had lots of fun getting to where I am today.
Now, you told me that your daughter took a photo that you didn't know about. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. I was actually sitting outside having a cigarette and a glass of wine, talking on the phone, and my 7-year-old came out and took a photo with my phone, which I didn't know about. And I saw that photo probably about 3 weeks later. Didn't actually recognise who the photo was of, so that was my turning point where I sort of thought, right, time to change.
Julie, with when you saw that photo, was there any, obviously you want to make a change for yourself, but that is such an interesting move. Kids kind of often point out to us what is bleedingly obvious, don't they? How has your daughter reacted now with the changes that you've had?
Yeah, she's really good now. At the start, there was a lot of, but I don't want you to be different, Mummy. I don't want you to be skinny. And I'm like, oh, I'm probably never going to be skinny. But she's proud now. She takes photos from the newspaper into school for show and tell and all that kind of thing. So, yeah, I think at the start she thought I was going to change on the inside as well as change on the outside. But I think she's learned that it's all positive changes from the inside. So,
how long had you been overweight for?
Probably, I think I've always fought with my weight. I'm naturally a chunky built person, but probably about 5 years I've really had a problem with it. I lost my dad, my niece and a really close girlfriend all in a close span of time, so pretty much lost the plot around then, and ate and drank everything that I could get my hands on. So, yeah, probably a good 5 years of being overweight and not really living, really sort of just existing. So, yeah.
Julie, it's an amazing change that you've made. What did you do in your first training session? You made that decision that you were going to do something about it. What did you actually get out and start doing?
I pretty much went to my trainer, Tommy in Fit Life, that I go to still every day now. I walked in there. I can remember driving down the mountain almost hyperventilating at the thought of doing any kind of exercise. My husband had been training there for quite some time beforehand, and he was driving me down going, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. I'm thinking, no, I won't really. And I walked in there and I couldn't do a lot. Like, the burpee, which threw me the most, because I couldn't physically get my hand down onto the ground because there was just too much fat, basically, in between. So, yeah, it was a real struggle to do anything at that point. But I guess, you find yourself a good trainer and people that believe in you, just keep going. And it probably only took a month of everyday hating what I was doing. After probably a month of it, I actually started to really enjoy it, and then of course it became an addiction, and now I just can't stop.
So, seeing that you're addicted to training, which certainly, I guess, a positive thing to do a lot of, what does your training consist of these days?
At the moment, I'm doing a good hour of boxing or cardio boxing every afternoon. Sundays I try and do 2 hours. Tuesdays is my big burpee training day. We do 2.5 to 3 hours of straight burpee on a Tuesday morning, and then I go back on a Tuesday night and still do the hour and a half of boxing just to keep the cardio up. Most days we try and get sort of 300-400 burpees combined in the training session, but basically just one big day of burpees just to save the wrists and forearms and all that sort of taking a pounding too often, but just try and keep the cardio up and try and get the legs, burn the legs a little bit each day. So, yeah, it's just a combination of stuff, but it's lots of fun.
Chatting with Julie Hoffman, who's next month attempting to set the world record for doing burpees, and her target is 1,500 in 60 minutes, which is 2.5 seconds per burpee, non-stop, for 1 hour of torture. Jackie?
Julie, I'm just interested in so many people that listen to this program probably sitting there in the position you were in before you started. That first month is a bit of an emotional roller coaster and stuff as well. Can you just tell us about some of the challenges in that first month before you started to love it?
Yeah, definitely. Probably the most thing I can remember the most is I had every excuse under the sun. I've got 3 kids. There's always something with kids that you should be doing. I should be doing the housework. I should be taking the dogs for a walk. I should, there's 100 things you should be doing. But I think for that first month, I thought it doesn't matter what else there is during the day. This is going to come first. So that was the biggest thing, I think, was putting myself before everyone and everything else. There was lots of days that I had my training gear on, and I'd be, dropping the kids off at school, and I'd think, oh no, I really should do this or do that. And it was just a matter of switch that out of the brain and go into automatic pilot and just get there. Once you get there, hopefully if you've got a good trainer, they'll do the rest. So if you just put your trust into that person, or if you can't afford a trainer or a gym, get a walking partner, and if you commit to that person that you're going to meet them every morning at a certain time, then you're going to let somebody else down. So that was sort of a big, the main thing was just to cut the excuses, because we've all got them. I've still got them today. I can come up with 100 right now as to why I shouldn't train tomorrow.
Now, just off the SMS, we've got a couple of people who came in late and maybe missed Stu's explanation before. A burpee, for those who are wondering, it's a bit of an old school. It's a very old school exercise. It's gone through phases of popularity and unpopularity. We've just got another one from Saul. What the hell is a burpee? Okay, so a burpee, folks, so you're standing up, then you put your hands on the ground, and then you throw your legs out, or you kick your legs back into a push-up position, like you're about to do a push-up. Then you bring your legs back up to meet your hands, and you stand up, and as you stand up, you actually jump. So it's not a really, really comfortable exercise, that's for sure. Now, Julie, you've inspired a few people along the way. So you've gone from lounge lizard, cigarette smoking, alcohol drinking, overeating, couch potato, and you now come full circle and you've lost 50 Ks and you're working with other people to help them do, not necessarily break world records, but to transform their lives and their body as well.
Yeah, that's right. I live up in the hills, up in the Dandenongs, and there's a couple of good gyms up here, but a lot of people don't want to train inside and in gyms, so I actually run outdoor boot camp, boxing type things, and I've got quite a few people that come up here, and it's just great to pass on what I've learnt through Tommy, my trainer, to then pass on to other people and help them get out of the rut and get the skills that he's taught me. It's a really good thing to stand back and watch and push them through the days that they don't want to be there and that type of thing. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of kicking other people's butts now, which is good. What have you learned about you? Clearly we know that largely getting in shape physically is a byproduct of getting in shape mentally and emotionally, and with our sports psych here we're always referring to her because it seems that largely success or failure starts with thinking and beliefs and all the internal management stuff. What have you learnt about you over the journey? It's definitely all mental. Physically, I struggle at first 50 burpees, the same as I do, as I will at the end of 1500s, that they all hurt. So it's all just a case of, conditioning the mind and knowing that, you just have to push through the pain. It's not going to kill you. So yeah, I've learnt that I, if I set a goal, I can work hard and achieve that goal. And that's a really good thing to pass on to my kids and my family and also the people that train here. It's just, yes, it hurts, but it's okay to hurt and just, work through it and keep going and keep changing the goalposts. My goalposts are continually changing, even with this event. Yep. Not so much the number of burpees are changing, but the money that I'm raising for heart kids. Yeah, so... Now, just quickly tell us, we've got to go in about 2 minutes, but yep. I think it was Stacey, your niece, who died waiting for a heart transplant, and that's part of this story. Just give us that. Yeah, that's right. Stacey passed away a month after her 13th birthday. She was waiting for a heart transplant and unfortunately didn't get one. So Heart Kids were a wonderful foundation that really helped out our family and Stacey's family while she was unwell. So, when I decided to do a fundraiser, I went to my brother and sister-in-law and asked who they want the money to go to, and it was Heart Kids. So this whole event, the burpees are the means behind raising the money, but for me it's all about raising money and helping them and just paying back what they did for us. So now, where can people go and watch you if people want to get involved or cheer you on or sponsor you, or where's the actual event being held? The event is being held at the Ferntree Gully Hotel, Burwood Highway in Ferntree Gully. It's on April the 14th. It starts at 11 a.m. We've got a silent auction running from 11 till 2. The burpees start at 12 o'clock and will obviously be finished right on 1 o'clock. Yep. And yeah, we've got musicians, DJs, local guitar playing guys, singing cover bands, heaps of entertainment for the kids. So it should be a great day. Lots of sponsors setting up tables and things like that. So there's, lots to see and do. Heart Kids will be there. The state manager will be there. Hopefully a couple of AFL players or older AFL players might want to come down and say hi. So yeah, just a great day and all about the kids and, just hopefully everyone will put their hand in their pocket and hand over $5 and it'll all, go together and help the kids out, which is what it's all about. Well, you're doing beautifully, Julie, and we're going to be cheering you on from afar, and we'll have a chat to you after the day and see how you went. Thanks for doing all those great things for the kids, and thanks for having a chat with us on the Science of Sport on Melbourne's Home of Sport. Thank you very much. Thanks, Julie. Good luck with it. Julie Hoffman there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the